Good morning and welcome back to class. Today we're going to finish up muscles of facial expression. As you can see on the camera, this is where we were the other day. We did all of the superficial ones on this side. Now we're going to jump over the line, and there's 4 more muscles. So let's add the next one, and it's going to be pretty much on the midline, kind of shaped like this. It's got a little bit of tilt to it, and we'll label that one H. So I'm going to throw that out of here. We still have our paper left from the other day, so I'm just going to keep going right where I was. That muscle is called the mentalis. Remember, these are deep, so let me bring that picture back. This muscle is actually underneath any other muscles, and we certainly aren't doing all of them, but this muscle is underneath other muscles. So let me put that out of the way. This is called the mentalis muscle. Okay, when you look this word up, I don't know if you guys are looking up the etymology, but mentalis comes from a Latin word that means chin. Huh, where's it at? Yeah, you guessed it, right on the chin. Let's take a look at the action. What it does a couple of things. It pulls up on the skin, on the chin skin, it elevates it. But what eventually happens is it protrudes the lower lip. It protrudes the lower lip. And when you do that, what facial expression are you making? Just your lower lip. Just get protruded like, hey. I'll show you that in a second. That is pouting. Whoops. Why did I do that? We'll just do that. That's pouting. All right, so that's H. Okay, let's do the mentalis muscle. Remember, it's right here on your chin, right here, and it pulls the chin skin up, which then bunches into the lower lip and rolls the lower lip out, as in pouting, like this. Ready? Just like that. Get that lip. Some of you are probably way better than I am. Good like that. I'm pouting. I'm so sad I'm at home. I'm so sad I'm in my basement all day. Okay, no. Now there's another muscle right next to it, right about here. Right there. We'll label that one I. You guys got that in your notes? Okay. So let's bring this right to here. I. This muscle is called depressor, labia, inferioris. Now let's take a look at the meaning of that word. Well, so you look right here, labia. We had this one before. What's this mean? This means lip. This is a directional term, inferior, which from our bone review, you know means below. So where's this muscle located? Below the lip. And then depressor is an action word. And depressor is any time a body part goes down. So the action is it depresses the lower lip. But I'm going to write that a different way. What happens is the lower lip goes down. Now, if you still have your textbook and you look in your textbook, this one really doesn't have a facial expression to it, but it becomes very important in speech and chewing, manipulating your lips in those 2 areas. So that's I. The next muscle is depressor labii inferioris, and it's kind of right on the outside edge here. Now, when I do this one, it takes a lot of concentration because I'm not that good at it. But when I do it, it looks kind of silly alone. But when you're chewing your food and your lips are closed, or you're opening your mouth or making more room, it makes more sense when other muscles are working. So look like this. I'm trying. There it is. Lower lip going down. And you can see there's not a lot of range of motion there, but very important muscle during speech and chewing. Now, the next muscle is my favorite of this group. And it's right here. It's right there. And it doesn't really have a bony anchor. It's just inserting and originating on the skin, so both ends are going to move. There's a muscle right there. That's H-I. That's J. So if I move, you guys got that? Move that out. Let's go right here, J. This muscle is called the buccinator. The buccinator. Now when you look at this muscle, this word, bucci or bucci, from Greek to Latin, that word means horn. Ater makes it a verb. Okay, so it's something about, now this doesn't mean like the horn on a bull or the horn on the devil. This means a horn as in a musical instrument. That's the reference that this word is making. So what does this muscle in your cheek, let me bring that back out, in your cheek have to do with a horn? Well, let's go to the action. And again, this isn't facial expression here. This is just functional. The action is this muscle compresses the cheek. What does that mean? Well, let's do it this way. That means this muscle pulls the cheek skin against the teeth. Now, an important part of this, really important part of this, is during chewing. And I'll put 3 dots here, and you guys can fill this in. I'm not going to write it down. When you're chewing, this muscle compresses just enough to keep food between the teeth and not between the teeth and the cheek skin. And if you've ever messed this up, you know what I'm talking about. Has anybody ever bit down and got a big chunk of their skin, and then that pain just goes lightning through your skull and your mind and down the back of your neck, and then you're whining like a little girl? Yeah, it happens. This muscle allows you to roll food with your tongue between the teeth lines, but not get it outside and accidentally get your cheek skin between the teeth. That's not good. That's bad. Now, what else does it do? Oh, watch this. This muscle allows you to forcefully, oops, 2 L's, expel air. What would that allow you to do? Blow out your birthday cake candles, maybe? And it also allows you to blow air through a musical instrument like a horn. That's where the reference comes from. Okay? What else does it allow you to do? Now listen, because you have lips and you can close them nice and tight like this, and you have this muscle, you can actually draw something through a something. Wouldn't it be mean if I left that blank? I'll tell you what it is. It allows you to draw liquid through a what? Has anybody figured it out yet? I wish we were in class. This would be fun. Through a straw. That's what this muscle allows you to do. Pretty cool. The next one is the buccinator, and that muscle is right here in your cheeks. Okay. Now, if you want to see how this works, just do this. Close your lips, and then you can consciously just draw your cheeks against your teeth as hard as you can. Watch. And when I do that, that's drawing the skin towards the center. It's like getting tighter. So you'll see my face going backwards. Watch. Just like that. And that's when you're chewing, that's that kind of compression, that contraction that keeps the food between your teeth. So you're not chewing on your gums, your skin, and then just, that lightning pain blows up your mind. Now, it also allows you to forcefully expel air. Now, I'm going to look silly doing this. So everybody do this at home so we can look silly together. Watch. What I want you to do is slowly relax your cheeks and blow out air. And then I want you to pull your cheeks in real hard and listen to the sound of that air accelerating as the opening goes from large to small. Watch. You see that spit just come flying out of my mouth. I'll do it one more time. As I drew my cheeks in, that accelerated the air, and that would be allowing you to play, specifically a brass instrument. I think I don't know a lot about instruments, but probably easier that way. And then the other thing is that by keeping the cheeks close to your teeth and your lips sealed, you can then create negative pressure on the inside of your mouth and your throat and draw liquid up through a straw. Now, I don't have a drink down here to demonstrate that, but you can work on that one at home, okay? Out there. I'm going to bring this guy back in. The last one. Now, there's our eye right here, and then right there is where our eyebrow would be, okay? So there's a muscle right there. Right there. And that's K, letter K. So I move that out. You guys can always hit pause when you're watching this on video. That might be the good thing about watching lessons on video. You can watch them over and over, pause them, rewind, whatever you need to do. And don't forget, you better be taking notes. Big test coming. This muscle is called corrugator supercilii. This is the corrugator supercilii muscle. Now, that looks like a bunch of giant big science words, but if you break it down, go to the internet, type in the word etymology in any of these words, and it all makes perfect sense. let's take this prefix right here, super. What's that mean? That means above. Cilii. That actually refers, in pure Latin, that refers to eyelash or small hair. In this case, what it's referencing is the brow line. Not necessarily your eyelashes, but the small hairs in your eyebrow. So where's this muscle located? Above the eyebrow. That's what that part means. Now this is an action word right here. This makes it a verb, and then the first part of this word right here is the Latin word for wrinkle. So what it does, if you look this up, what it does, this muscle wrinkles the eyebrows, okay? What it really does, if you look in the textbook, is it draws, let me do this. The medial brow, what's that mean? What's that mean? Closest to the midline. So the medial portion of both brows, when this muscle contracts, it draws the medial portion of the brow down and in. And what that does is show concern. And I'm going to be honest with you, you look at human facial expression, I mean, it could be disgust, it could be confusion, it just depends on what the rest of your face is doing. And then when I retape the other part of the video and splice it in, you'll get to see what I mean. Now, if you can do one at a time, you can do that face that The Rock does. Dwayne Johnson, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? You know, he draws one in and one up. I'm going to be honest with you, I can't do it. So maybe some of you are at home practicing that. I can only do both at the same time. But if you did one eyebrow up and then you put this eyebrow going down and in, then you are Dwayne Rock Johnson. All right, the next muscle is corrugator supercilii. Remember, this muscle, supercilii, means above the eyebrow, and corrugator means to wrinkle the brow. Now, since I'm getting older, and you guys have seen this in the last video, I'll have deep furrows right here as my brow line gets wrinkled. Not the forehead, although, you know, I might be using some other muscles, but really pay attention right here above my brow line as I do this. That's corrugator supercilii. Watch, drawing the brow down and in. Watch. So that'd be kind of like, what are you talking about? See that face right there? Like, what? Like confusion, concern, like you're thinking about something. And again, if you want to do the Dwayne Johnson, I can't do it. Maybe somebody could, maybe you guys could do that on your phone and send me a link so I can enjoy it. But that's one eyebrow up and one eyebrow in, and then you say, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Okay, that is all of the muscles that we're going to be concerned with for muscles of facial expression. So please click on the link below, do the little homework assignment, and I'm trying to keep this as easy as possible. All you guys really have to do is log on every day, keep an eye out for assignments, and here's the crazy part, just do it. There is no reason grades should be falling during this cyber time. This is as easy as it gets, people. Easy as it gets. Love you all. See you next time.